This will be an election campaign for an elected official for in Tanzania, as they are a democratic government. They do elect their officials. So, election campaign Tanzania water well renaissance. Water, the most valuable liquid on earth. Here's an overview. We'll go through the motivation, the 2021 presidential election, data explanation, questions, recommendations, and then ending with conclusions. The motivation for this is, again, the 2021 presidential elections. We want to try and predict which wells require maintenance as well as which ones aren't functioning. Why? Well, people need water. Only 57% of Tanzania's population of 57 million have access to an improved source of water, safe water at that, and only 30% has access to improved sanitation. People need water. A human can only last up to 3 to 4 days without water. You're more likely to catch diseases without clean water, and you're also a lot of Tanzania's workforce is in rural areas with farming, and of course, water is definitely needed when it comes to farming. People will vote. Simply put, people will vote who make their water better. Almost 50% of the wells are either in need of fixing or non-functional at all. So for the data that we did explore, there are lots of features that give great insight into possible problem with the wells, such as management, funding, location, population, construction. Construction year of the wells. These are just a few. Uh, Also, there is a lack of non-functional data. There is lots of data for the other two categories, but not very much there. Also, it's very credible data because it's come from Tanzania Ministry of Water. So, not to be too much question on uh, how credible the data is. So, for question one, who are the majority funders and managers who are in charge of the wells? Why does this matter? Well, the government only funds 15% of the water wells in the country. As well, the government only has control over 70% of the management responsibilities of the countries. Now, this is important for numerous reasons. Depending upon who is in charge of building and managing the wells, this could be a large indicator on why there are so many non-functional and wells in need of repairs. If it's a if it's a foreign entity that's come in, they um, might not care the most for the people and build the wells with less expensive materials, not care as much for the functionality, especially if they don't have to use them. So I feel as though if this is one of the targets of trying to get a larger stake in the wells, then I feel as though that would increase uh, voting power as well as help get these people better standards for water and sanitation. Question two: are there any areas with an increase in non-functional or repair needing wells? Well, almost 50% of the wells are non-functional or in need of repairs, and as you can see by the map here of Tanzania, there it really is no place where that is worse or better than most. As you can see, the non-functional and there's a lots of non-functional, and you can see the functional need repairs scattered through, but it really seems to be everywhere. It does seem to be a large influx in the very central and then on the coast. So that those might be places where I would start the repairs and fixing of the wells. Question three: are there a lot of pre-2000 wells? This is important because it tends to be the older things are, the more maintenance they require. And only 25% of the wells have been constructed in the 2000s, which means that only 25 are at least younger than 20 years old. 75 are either older than 20 years old or just not known at all. Uh, Model information for predictions, how we're going to be able to say in the future if the wells are in need of fixing or if they work or not. An infant model, I have an infant model with lots of room to grow. I want to try different feature engineering before deployment to a full scale deployment. And so far, we have been able to predict with 71% accuracy, but we've recently been able to reach 80%. Recommendations: push for more control over funding of the wells in highly populated areas as well as rural areas. Put well maintenance at the forefront of the list for bettering the country. Nearly 50% of the neither 50% are not working or need to be fixed again. And try and target wells that are over 20 years old for repair and replacement first. For my future works, I would like to try different different features and models. Continue to tune and acquire better data as well as more data. More more need for repair or non-functional data would help make a better model. Thank you for your time, and I hope you found this very informative.